Right guys, welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year and all that. Just going to give you a little update on my Chevy Tahoe. It's been running absolutely perfectly. We've done quite a few gigs in it now, been probably all over in the country, hauling the trailers. You guys know I have a jet washing company as well called Steam Clean Away, and it has a 1,000 litre tank I'm pulling behind on a Piper Williams trailer. Does that perfectly. But anyway, we're here at Mother's where I keep my Triumph Stag. I've just started it up for the first time. I think last time I ran it was in November time. So listen to this. She's running lovely. Yeah guys, it's started first pop, pretty good, but anyway, I'm looking forward to the classic car shows for 2025. We'll catch me there. My Triumph Stag needs a new clutch, so I'll be filming that. But what I'm thinking, I'm gonna, instead of crawling about on the floor like a little dog, I'm going to take the engine out and do it that way. And while the engine's out, might do the timing chains as well. As you're in, it's called while you're in there. So I'll show you guys how to do that as well. It's a fairly simple job. So yeah, anyway, let's go around this Chevy Tahoe. So there's the beast. This is a 6.2. This is what I like about this car. Everything's so easy to get at. So I'll put new spark plugs in it. This belt looks okay for now, but I will carry a spare serpentine belt, as they call it. Very easy to get at, very simple to change. I've got a K&N air filter ready to go on. It's on back order, so I'm waiting for that to come. It doesn't use any oil whatsoever. This thing's done about 96,000 miles. And it's an absolute beast. I love it. Take your road. The steps kick out when you open the door. There's the interior, so it's great for doing the band touring because there's plenty of room in the back. There's the back seats. That's what else I like about this, is quite funny. So there's a button here. You press to, and if by magic it just goes up by itself. Go on, off, there you go. And then you climb in the back. Put that back down just like there. Yeah, these are captain's chairs, very comfortable. This is so much better than the Range Rover. Yes guys, the Range Rover was nice, but the thing with the Range Rover, they're full of problems and I'm sick of them. So I'm just gone down the reliability route. This thing's 16 years old. I'm just going to show you all around here, look at it, it's all solid. I mean, this has just started to appear because of over here. I imported this in from California, so yeah, that's the only little bit of rust on the whole thing. So yeah, it's a great truck. If you look in there, proper suspension, rides really nice. It's like driving a big bus. Like I say, it's for work. The reason I've gone down this path of American truck, I don't want a transit van. Most of them are very unreliable. One, they have wet belts in them. Not interested in that carry on. You have to service them belts every 30,000 miles. It's a big job and it's an expensive job. And they're always getting broken into, so that's gone out the window. With the Chevy Tahoe, there's no market for it. The only reason this is going to get nicked is if someone pulls it through a building, because this will stick out like a sore thumb. You won't be able to hide this thing. Range Rovers, I like them. I'm not slagging the Range Rover off. Like I say, the L322 is the best one, in my opinion. And if you can get the 4.2, that's the one to have. The 5 litres full of problems with its timing chains. That's a big job. You really need to be a car mechanic as well if you have a Range Rover, because they're always, you know, messing up. My L405, they're just big piles of shit, full of electronic problems. I will never ever have one with the keyless entry ever again. They're so easy to pinch. That's why the insurance are absolutely over the top. I got screwed £10,000 by my insurance company because they said that's a realistic price for what I'd get for it. So the car was really worth around, what, 28-30 mark. I ended up getting £19,000 for it. The Chevy truck cost me 19 grand from America, and then I had to pay all the import taxes. So the Chevy Tahoe all in has cost me about 30 grand. But I'm saving in Range Rover parts, because you're just going to be fixing them all the time, and I'm sick of doing it. I haven't got one. I don't have time to keep fixing the Range Rover all the time. Yes, this is just a very basic 6.2 hauler. It's very easy to work on, very easy to maintain. You get things very easily. Like I said, the power steering is here. The alternator is here. Now, in past videos, what I've done a bit, an alternator job on the Range Rover L405, and what a nightmare that is to try and get at the bloody thing. Look at that. So it's simple, it's basic, it's not a particularly fast car. I don't want a fast car, I just want a reliable truck. Something else I didn't want was a Ford Ranger. I thought, one of them, but there's no space in them in the back. So when we're doing a gig, the guys in the back are going to be all scrunched up. It's not good, because say we've got a gig, I don't know, halfway down the country or something, and you know, by the time you get there, you're all doubled over. And they're full of problems as well. Gearbox failures. They've got wet belts in them as well. God knows why Ford come up with shite like that. Why would you put a rubber belt in oil? That's how stupid they are. Just can't get over it. But anyway, this is why I've gone down the Chevy Tahoe. I thought, right, I'm going to go down the reliability route, see what it's like, and touch wood, it's been absolutely fantastic. Cool, guys, I'll crank this thing up for you. Look at that. It's about 15 miles to the gallon. When it's pulling the trailer, I'm getting about 11 miles to the gallon. And that's with everybody in, which isn't too bad really. What I'm spending on the fuel, I'm saving in parts. Like the alternator, for God's sake. Jaguar Land Rover were wanting £900 for an alternator on the Range Rover. I can get one of these on Amazon to my door for 250 quid. In the end, I refurbed the one on the Range Rover, and it cost me £160. Look at that. So anyway, guys, that's why I've gone down the Chevy Tahoe route. I've gone down the reliability route, hopefully. But anyway, let's get back to this Triumph Stag. Do you know, I love this car. It never I've never had a really bad experience in it. I'm absolutely buzzing. So yeah, check it out. There it is, she's just purring away like a kitten. As you can see, I've just rolled the carpets up because of what I'm going to do. I'm going to paint all in here. You can see all this. This is just a bit of surface rust. Look, it's now in. It's all solid. Can you see? So I'm going to paint all this before I took it to the classic car shows. You see, all in there. It's all solid. I'm going to paint all that. That's, like I say, that's just surface rust. Take all that up and with a wire wheel. Right. She's steaming up a little bit because we've just been sat in here for a couple of months. But it started first pop. So I'm just going to let this run. So I'm really looking forward to the 25 classic car shows. I have missed driving this car. So yeah, there she is. Cover her up a little, keep that warmth in her. Just a lovely car. So if you guys are after a Triumph Stag, I would recommend getting one, but get a good one. I've been lucky, found myself a lovely car. Let's just give her a little rev. Before we put her away. So yeah guys, that's what I'm going to be doing next. I'm going to be doing the clutch on the Triumph Stag, but engine out. So that should be quite an entertaining video. Right, on that note, seeds above it all.